What is the role of memory at that level? Does a gene have memory? How does it replicate? What causes that? Is the unicellular creature in its totality the memory of itself? Are we any different? Replication is imitating a whole and then repeating that for an indefinite cycle of time. It is like a copying process. So we have memory, imitation, and replication. But there is no originality in replication. It is just a copy. At that level, it seems that memory, imitation, and replication have to do with maintaining communication and transmitting one particular form, meme, or set of annals as a copy of itself, or the projection of itself as a copy. In the technosphere and cybersphere, the process of replicating or copy is mechanically standardized to such a degree that virtually everything is a copy. Is the universe itself but a copy of some original template preserved by the One alone? And are we all then just carbon copies of a primary genetic structure called human? In this process, we must look also at the theme of organization. How is information organized? If the information is being remembered as it is replicated, then it must be organized in a particular way, where its biology functions within its environment like a key in a lock. Culturally speaking, a particular meme has an organization that causes the people who share the same set of annals to organize their perceptions and their way of life in a particular way. For example, people who live in the world of the present day organize their life and perceptions of mind differently than people 100 years ago. All of this has to do with the fact that new technologies and artistic forms create new cultural units of information that occur at such fast rates of speed that it is difficult to absorb all the cultural units, new technologies, and forms of expression. This has a great effect on the organization of our perceptions and the organization of our personal and social life. This causes a perceptual organization that is radically different than even 50 years ago. We now possess the technology to replicate an image so that it can be seen simultaneously by millions of people. We must keep in mind that scarcely more than 100 years ago, a painting could only be seen in a gallery, and there were few, if any, pictures of it. Very few people were able to see a particular painting, but now, people can make a painting, replicate it as many times as they want, and post it on the internet so that anybody with internet access can view it. At the click of the finger, we can retrieve reproductions of the works of Van Gogh, Picasso, or any other artist that captures our attention. What effect does this capacity for instant replication have on the individual, and on the collective social consciousness? What happens in the mind when an image is communicated instantaneously to millions of people? Does it promote certain forms of behavior? For example, if people go to different types of cultural events, they are affected in different ways. If they go to the ballet, they are affected in one way. If they go to the circus, they are affected in still another way. And if they go to a rock concert, they are affected in still another way. Each of these events triggers a very different response. What are we actually dealing with? We are talking about stages of cosmic evolution, where we go from the inert to the living substance, and from the living substance to forms of intelligence, and then from forms of intelligence to culture, and from culture to the creation of art, the highest form of culture and intelligence. These are processes with increasing psychosocial feedback effects. But what if these systems of belief are actually strata in the medium of universal consciousness, to which the apparatus of the intelligent brain can tune into according to stages of evolutionary unfoldment? So, we are working with the factors of memory, imitation, replication, organization, and the impact of the cultural information unit on the organization of a person's life and perceptions as a whole matrix where communication, transmission, and reception are a unity.